They call it the green-eyed monster. Do you have an issue with or of jealousy? Well, you just might be hurting your relationship. So our producer flipped through Cosmopolitan magazine to find 8 ways to help you rid yourself of the green-eyed monster.
Let's go through those.
My Girl Power co-host here is saying that a little bit of jealousy is healthy.
Yeah.
Normal.
It's normal.
Okay.
It's a normal emotion. It's about how you deal with that feeling of being envious or feeling that somebody is taking something away from you. How do you deal with that jealousy? And it could be a sibling jealousy. It can be something with a circle of friends. And it's, you know, in this case, we're focusing mainly on the relationship.
Yeah.
And we all have moments of jealousy. So let's go through what our producer pulled.
Okay.
And then we'll have our own girl talk on it, Simone.
We're trying to get you from keying cars. That's what we're really trying to do. Because some people just lose it and do all sorts of crazy stuff. Ain't necessary. Just, you know, take one pill and chill, and then let's see if we can talk you through.
A friend of mine had her car keyed.
By a jealous spouse? See? And was...
By a jealous... Yeah, the spouse, yeah, a jealous female. So somebody keyed your car because they were jealous of you and your friendship or relationship with their partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticky.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
Oh, dear.
Ooh.
All right. So the first one says, recognize when you are being a jealous weirdo.
A lot of the time when you feel jealous, you'll start little arguments or say passive-aggressive things rather than talking about what's actually bothering you.
Who is a jealous weirdo? This says, recognize when you're being a jealous weirdo. Who's a jealous weirdo? Is a jealous weirdo somebody who likes eavesdrop on all your phone calls or wants to pick up your phone when it's ringing to see who's calling,
or everything, every shadow you see of somebody. I try to take your part.
Smell your clothes when you come home.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's a little crazy.
Any cologne on it.
No, at that point, I'm like, okay, this is not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
But there are people who will suspect their partners of doing other things with no proof.
Yeah.
And then everything is an argument for true because you have it in your head. You are so convinced that if him sneeze, you say,
that's something not going on.
Or the sneeze that sounds so funny. Like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you start to look for issues in things that really do not need to be blown up.
So recognize when you're being a little jealous weirdo, acknowledge that you're being a jealous weirdo, and deal with it, all right? Talk about what's actually bothering you.
Yeah.
Yeah? Deal with what's bothering you. All right.
And ask. I mean, if you suspect,
communicate.
10 chances to 1 they won't really come clean still. But ask the question.
Yeah.
So that when you find out that something is really going on, if it is, you can say, well, I asked you and you weren't honest. So, bye.
Or if it's bothering you that much, I suggest I know somebody else who put a phone in their partner's car that they could track the location of the phone. So I'm just putting it out there. This is real. I'm speaking on the camera about real stories. They put the phone in the trunk. So when Spooky say, yeah, I hear something there. I know that's how you're there. And then she drove and followed and tracked and found out where he was.
Was she right?
No, she was right. So there's this instinct we have sometimes as women.
Your gut tells you.
Your gut will speak to you, and you need to just follow through with it sometimes. If your gut is speaking to you strongly, then hold your ground. Yeah. Because that jealous emotion, right? It's a fear, and you need to face that fear.
Hello, check your trunk when you get out of her. There's also vehicle tracking, which is a little less expensive probably than going and buying an actual phone.
An iPhone
to
track.
Yes. All right. Try to look at your relationships from the perspective of one of your friends. If you were your friend and you heard about your situation, how would you react to it? Would you be freaked out by it, or would you think it sounded totally normal and probably fine that I know Empress buys a phone to put in the trunk of somebody's car. No.
Oh, so for example,
hypothetically, I'm referring to the. So I would need to then step out. You would need to then step outside of yourself and a relationship and say, if Simone told me that she did that, would I think that was cool?
Yeah.
Because if I thought that was crazy, then maybe it's something I really ought not to be doing.
Yeah. I would be like, Simone, seriously, you had to go to that length to do that.
And if you have to go for them links, then trust me, sometimes you don't even bother worth it.
But then again, as I said, facing your fear and searching for truth with your partner. Because these men out there, nowadays, men, and sometimes they're undercover, what do you call them? Download Jamaican men watching right now are married. And some women don't have a clue. And there's this thing that's saying something's off. And if you need to check that, for example, and it's burning in you, that fear of whatever that fear is, then you need to check it out.
Yeah.
So anyway, that jealous emotion, as I said, is real. And you've all been there before. Number 3, on 8 of the 8 ways to get over your jealousy and save your relationship is to focus on how great your relationship actually is. So you saw what looked like your boyfriend flirting with one of his female friends, Simone. Okay, but keep in mind, you guys have an entire history between you and a pretty unmatched closeness. Everyone flirts, sometimes even without really being conscious of it. What is flirting and when does flirting go too far? You know?
Sometimes. There's harmless banter. And then there's banter. And some people get emotionally entangled when that banter starts to become too banterish.
And some men can't see the sign.
And some lines start to get blurred. And then...
No blurred lines around here, Simone.
There are actually people who will tell you, women who will tell you, and men too, that they prefer that their partner physically has an encounter with somebody than form an emotional attachment. They can forgive them more for the physical thing because you can think that was one-off. But when your partner is emotionally vested in somebody, then that is a serious situation.
And you gotta be careful the positions you put yourself in. And it warrants a reaction. If you're gonna spend a long time intimately with somebody, the natural exchange will trigger something. And it takes a very powerful mind to say, oh, let me not act on that emotion.
Will. Takes will.
It does take will. But it also takes a conscious action. You must make sure that you take yourself out. Because you know I go up.
Will.
Okay.
Will. Just because you're jealous doesn't mean anything is going to happen. That's true. Just because you have a hunch your boyfriend might be into someone else doesn't mean they're already, you know, together and... have done things and he's bought her a ring and so on and so forth. Marvin is clearing his throat.
If you're worried about it, talk to him directly about it. He'll either put your mind at ease or confirm
I want to ask
that your jealousy is justified.
Do men have the same gut instincts that women have?
No. From Mars.
Them food, don't Jody?
From Mars.
Jody said, you have it, Taro? Yeah. No. Jody said what she said.
She did not say
women have
Jody
a thing.
did not say
we have a radar that just says...
Yeah, man. And we're usually right.
Yeah. I don't know if men have that. Oh, so, men ignore it.
So
men have it, but they ignore it.
Men don't have what we have, that sixth sense, that thing that we have as women. It's a different makeup, I believe it.
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of times on this show, especially when I'm watching, we call out the name. So when we say Marvin, this is a camera right here. When we say Jody, it's the lady right here with the cell phone that keeps our social media alive. And that next miserable one right over there, won't call his name, camera 2.
Chef. No, trust me, Tuesday morning them get called out regular in this segment. So the people know. Figure out if there's any underlying reason why you're jealous. What's going on with you that makes you so insecure? Are you being insecure? Or is there really a reason as to what's going on? Sometimes
like
when we're...
like you forgot our birthday. So we get angry with you and it starts to trigger all of these other reactions.
But that is a real problem.
To forget your birthday? I don't want to say what happened once to me. I can't tell all my business on TV. It wasn't my birthday, but I've forgotten things. I nearly forget my own birthday sometimes until I wake up. Oh, January, my birthday.
Yeah, but
Your part, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you get caught up.
Your what?
No.
Your what? Your
But your partner forgetting a milestone like that does not mean, or you know,
who come so?
it happens, Simone. It happens. I say that because I forget a lot of birthdays, so I forget a lot of.
You could ever forget Stephen's birthday? All right, never mind.
Thank
Never
God
mind.
for Facebook reminder. But let's just say. Let's just say.
Did I ask a bad question?
Doesn't mean that because I'm unhappy with something else in a relationship, I should start to think that you're doing something else and have all of this jealous feelings about other things. But sometimes jealousy is not just about the person having a relationship. Sometimes I'm jealous because something is taking you away from me. It may not be another woman.
Could be work.
It could be the work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of the attention that you give something else.
Yeah.
So there are other ways.
Or the woman that you meet at that work that you're spending all the time with. I see y'all.
I see y'all. I see you all.
Accept that you're jealous and don't immediately react to it. Just because you have a feeling doesn't mean you have to act on it. Okay.
Yes.
I'm with that, you know. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
For the first feeling, the second time you do something and I feel it the third time. But you best believe that at some point,
you're going to react.
I'm going to react to it. And the reaction is going to be, what's going on here? I'm going to get to the bottom of this and I'm going to make a decision either way. So you cannot just sit blind like a lamb to the slaughter and wait until something do you. Sometimes you have to do something before something do you.
Yes, that's true, that's true. This next one, let go of any old relationship garbage that has nothing to do with your guy. Now, we're all guilty of this. You go into a relationship with all of your past baggage. And then you think, oh, because I've been hurt before, and this is very important in entering new relationships, because your ex cheated on you doesn't mean that your current partner is going to. So you go in already blaming the partner for something they haven't done. Or expecting him to do that.
Yeah. All right, we're getting to wrap up, Benji?
We're going to,
Number
last
8.
one.
Believe with all your cute little heart that you deserve to have someone love you. Oh.
Now,
we all deserve it.
We all deserve it. And because somebody loves you doesn't mean they can't love somebody else at the same time. And that's why in certain cultures, for example, you have polygamy and polyandry. All right? Research it. You can love more. You can build.
Every time I say her come from behind the camera, that me start there with laugh.
All I'm saying is, people.
When you say that because you love somebody, you're in love with somebody means you can't be in love with somebody else at the same time.
Like I love you.
No, I'm not talking about that, Empress. We're talking about relationship.
Yeah,
You're saying you can be in love with somebody and be in love with somebody else at the same time.
It's very possible. If you look at societies, if you look at humanity and humanities and human connection, we know for a fact that we can love different people in different ways and equally. Just like how you have 2 children. You know what I'm saying? We have to be honest.
Me not talking about picking the Empress. We're talking about
same
amorous love.
No, but I'm saying
but this is an interesting girl talk topic. Maybe next week we can talk about this. I find that fascinating. All right, we have to take a break. Benji's going to snap his fingers off. Marvin is with you, so maybe you can have a discussion after the break. We'll be right back, folks. That was it for Girl Talk.